This is my view on the last night's fight, Victor Ortiz versus Lopez. It was a great fight. A lot of toe-to-toe, stand-up, brawling action. Early candidate for Fight of the Year. Definitely, so far, upset of the year. I didn't think too much of this fight. I really didn't watch the fight Saturday night. I actually watched the fight this morning, Sunday morning. Because I didn't, like I said again, I didn't think too much of the fight. I thought, Ortiz was just fighting it, a regular opponent, like a sort of an easy fight for him to fight Alvarez. And what he got instead of that was a toe-to-toe brawl of a war. Lopez came, he showed up, and he wanted the fight. And, he got the fight. At the time of the stoppage during the 9 rounds, all 3 judges had Ortiz winning the fight. One judge had it 86-85 for Ortiz. Another judge had it 87-84. Another judge had it 88-83. Me personally, watching the fight this morning, I honestly thought Lopez was winning the fight. I thought he was. Just my opinion. But despite what I think, all 3 judges had Ortiz winning the fight. And he quit on his stool because his jaw was broken in the 9th round. Now, I don't know how bad, I don't know how much pain he was in. But with 3 rounds to go, I mean, he could have continued the fight. It's not like it was the 4th round. If it was the 4th round, then I can understand, maybe. He was coming into the 10th, 11th, and 12th rounds. He could have continued, But again, I don't know what he's thinking. It would have helped him if he had continued to somewhat redeem himself for quitting against Medina, for him fouling Mayweather and losing the way he did. It would have helped him, because I can think of some fighters who fought with broken jaws. When Ali fought Ken Norton the first fight, and Norton broke Ali's jaw in the 1st round. But Ali didn't quit. He continued and finished the fight, even though he lost. I can think of another fighter, Arthur Abraham, when Edison Miranda broke his jaw, and he continued the fight and won that fight. So he could have continued. With 3 rounds to go, he could have continued. It looks bad on his part that he didn't finish the fight. Like I said, it was a great fight. A lot of toe-to-toe brawling action. Even though, like I said, I thought Lopez at the time was winning the fight. Close, but I thought he was winning the fight. He landed some great shots on Ortiz. So did Ortiz, but it just seemed like Lopez was winning the fight. Now, speaking about fouling and stuff like that, the 5th round, Ortiz hit Lopez behind the head. Now, did it look intentional? It could have been the heat of the moment, but then again, it could have looked intentional too. And I thought the ref should have at least taken a point away from Ortiz, because the way how they turned and Lopez had his back towards him, already bent down, and it's like Ortiz looked at his head and threw the punch. Even though it looked at the time, it looked like there was a glancing blow, but he still hit him behind the head, which is a foul. And I thought the ref should have taken a point because he was right there and he saw the action, and he didn't take the point. But otherwise than that, it was a great fight. It'll be some time for his jaw to heal, but I would love to see a rematch. This is what boxing needs: good toe-to-toe, fights. And like I said in the beginning, this was just supposed to be an opponent for Ortiz to fight so he can fight Alvarez in September. Well, that's not going to happen now. So Alvarez now is stuck with no opponent, and we're coming up less than 3 months for his scheduled fight, and it's supposed to be on pay-per-view. The only opponent at this stage of the game that I can see that Alvarez could fight that would be pay-per-view, if they were to make a deal with Kirkland. I know Kirkland agreed to the fight, but then he pulled out of the fight due to he felt that he wasn't getting paid enough. If I'm correct, I think they offered him like close to $1 million. He said he wanted like $2 million, $2.5 million. If Kirkland really wants that fight, and I really think that'd probably be like the only fight right now that would make sense for Alvarez on pay-per-view, then I think maybe they should come to a compromise and meet in the middle. That's what I think. And if that fight could be made, that would really test Alvarez to see what he can do against Kirkland, and it will be a good fight. That's just my view on that. But otherwise than that, it was a good fight. Good for boxing. Nice toe-to-toe brawl. You hit me, I hit you. You got to bring ass to get ass. It was good. Leave your comments. Tell me what you think, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.